Ooh, okay, now for infuriating, an absolutely infuriating part of my last month or so that I've had to deal with. So this is an insurance debacle that I was going through. Now, how I'm going to approach things is like, I don't ever want to get personal. So if anybody says, "Oh, hey, that's me," or "Oh, he's talking about me," then that's on them. That's on them to own up for that bullshit. But why would you? Because because I'm not gonna make things personal. I just want to talk about things in order to make people aware of what's going on with people, with companies. In this case, what the companies I'm not gonna mention names of companies. I just want to talk about my situation in order to just make people aware of things that are going on. So I bought a car in 2019, right? And I started up insurance in May of 2019. So been driving around. I got my full year done. So May of 2019 to May of 2020, the car was having some repair issues, right? So I had kind of my head on a swivel with this car, and now we're going into the continuation of my insurance after the year, which I was obligated to. I agreed to a year of insurance. So around October of 2020, there was massive problems with the vehicle around the end of October. So it was going to need an oil change. It was going to need, what are those things? Shocks and struts, which was like $1,500. And there was something wrong with the engine that just blew. And that was going to be another $1,400. So all told, we're talking like over $3,000 to fix a car. And I didn't even really pay I paid $1,000 less than that for the car. So I decided to just get rid of it, scrap it. It wasn't worth fixing. And like, the whole reason I got the car to begin with was because I was kind of seeing someone at the time, and for me and for being a guy, it's like that's the only real reason that I would get a car is for a woman. I don't need what I need a car for: payments and gas and insurance. That's like, that's like a luxury expense, and it's much better for me and like my investments if I have the liquidity that riding around in a car doesn't really provide. So I wanted to nonetheless, I wanted to get rid of the vehicle, and I did. So I had a funny feeling about dealing with this insurance company. It was one of the cheaper options that I had available for insurance wise. So I put a stop payment on them for the October, because I had already paid first and last when I first signed up in May of 2019. So I had my last insurance payment in the bank. So I call up on my payment date was the 27th of October. I call them up on the 27th of October and say, hey, I'm not going to be needing my insurance anymore. I sold my car, yada, yada, yada. And so the guy tells me that I owe for the remainder of my insurance that I agreed to. He said that I still owed him for the full year. What? what on earth operates like that? So if I get a gym membership and I go for my full year, and like a month later I don't need it anymore, they're gonna still charge me for the full year. I still had seven months that I quote owed them for, which turned out to be like over $2,000. I had no claims, I had no accidents, and I wasn't using the vehicle anymore. So I thought that this was peculiar, and he asked me, he's like, do you want to cancel? Do you want to cancel? So I didn't give him an answer about whether I wanted to cancel, because I can't cancel to something that I didn't agree to. And it was weird because when I was first signing up for this insurance in May of 2019, I directly asked the representative, I'm just like, so what would happen if I go to sell the vehicle and I only like need it for like 3 or 4 months? And she was just completely nonchalant about it. She was just like, oh yeah, well, don't worry, we'll take care of that when the time comes. Okay, well, I just gave them the opportunity to say directly that what their policy was. If they had a policy where you had to sign for a whole year, and by the way, what the hell is that? Like, so what? Cars are only supposed to break down or get sold within like your year obligation to the insurance. So anyways, I found this very shady. I'm glad that I put the stop payment on. They kept sending me letters, and then eventually this collections agent calls my phone. And so he calls up and he's like, oh, hey, yeah, so you owe blank insurance company $1,000. Like, he's like, if you give me $500, we'll call it a day. And then and then I'm just like, whoa, wait. It's like, and I explained my story. It's like, well, so what am I supposed to do? Just give you $1,000 when this doesn't seem right? And even he was like, he's like, wait, they didn't say it was prorated or anything, which is exactly how it should be. I didn't have any claims. I didn't have any accidents. I didn't need it for anything. So why not just end it then and there? So even the collections agent found it strange, and I'm just like, sorry, I'm gonna have to deal with this via the ombudsman. So I tried to get a hold of an Ontario ombudsman for this, and I emailed them a very lengthy email, not like 3 pages or anything, but like 1.5 pages detailing exactly what I just explained to you. So I told them all this, sent the email, get nothing from them. Then I hop on the phone, start playing phone tags, and eventually I was directed to something called RIBO, the Registered Insurance Board of Ontario, and I was directed to them and ended up telling them my situation, explaining it in detail to them. Now, so the insurance that I was under was a smaller company under a bigger umbrella company. So initially, the bigger umbrella company got back to me after I had the discussion, let's call it, with the insurance representative that I was trying to get to cancel my insurance. So the bigger umbrella company, a few days later, calls me, and they just had a very dismissive tone about what I was going through. Just like, yeah, well, we reviewed your case, and we found that the insurance company was still in the right, and I'm just like questioning. I'm like, really? You think it's okay to charge somebody for a full year of insurance? And even when I tried to ask about it early, you were totally dismissive about it, as if it wasn't a thing. As like normal businesses don't operate like that. And she's just like, well, why didn't you get your car fixed? Like some like neck snappy type of like way she's saying in it, trying to berate me for not getting my car fixed. Well, excuse me, lady, it's not your call what I do with my vehicle, and the fact that I spent $1,700 on the vehicle and it needed $3,000 worth of repair and already had 200,000 kilometers on it. That is some numbers for me to worry about, not you. So initially they were very dismissive about it, and still suggested that I owed them what the insurance company said. So the bigger umbrella company was agreeing with the smaller company, insurance company that was handling my matter. So that's when they brought it to the collections agency, and then I got in touch with this Rybo, and then so after I get in touch with Rybo, sent them the email, then all of a sudden, I get a call from this bigger umbrella company saying, "Oh, hey, much different tone this time. That they're going to review the matter again, even though they reviewed it a first time and didn't seem to have much to say." So they get back to me a day or two later saying, "Oh yeah, we found, everything's good. We found that, we're just going to cancel it, and we want everything to be okay. And it's like, if you ever have any more insurance, just come back and get to us." And I'm just like, if you would have did this the first time, then there wouldn't have been this bullshit. And you're trying to ruin my credit over this. But it's really odd. If any of you have any experience with trying to deal with this, then and you've had like negative experiences with insurance companies like this, let me know. This seems very rare. They gave me I just had some penalty fee of like $100, and plus I already had my last paid for, so it shouldn't have been an issue. Like, I just worry about somebody who like maybe English isn't their first language, and they get scared into like paying these assholes money that they don't deserve, because they're all of a sudden threatening you with collections agencies. So that was a whole debacle. But the motto of the story is, I will, if you try to screw me over, if you're a business trying to screw me over for something that you don't deserve, I will come at you in any way I can possibly do. And I don't know what happened. Maybe that guy who initially I was trying to cancel with ended up getting canned or something. He just was not explaining anything I was not explained anything about prorated, pro rata, penalty fee, nothing like that. It was, you owe the remainder of your insurance. So I don't know where how this guy was hired, or whether he was having a bad day taking it out on me, but See, this is why in America, like, people in Canada, they don't worry about getting sued. We just have regulators boards to go and tell them, okay, be a good person now, and like, they would never try that shit. Imagine a class action lawsuit against a huge company that's an umbrella, and actually an umbrella for this smaller company that's actually qualifying this bullshit that they were trying to pull on me. Unfucking believable. That's all I have to say about that.